It's Chelsa Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're talking NFL rapid fire picks where we go down the line and pick a whole bunch of games and hopefully we can win you some money. Now through the end of Monday Night Football, we've got a promo code for 20% off the entire site of picksandparlays.net. Use the code FALL, F-A-L-L. Let's start off with the Colts and the Bears. We've got Craig Trapp joining us, where the Colts are favored -2.5. The total is 43.5. Bears 3-0 on the season. Colts 2-1. Craig, what's the play on this one?
Well, finally, we have they've switched to Nick Foles, of course, the big comeback in Atlanta last week. And yes, the Bears are 3-0, and I think the Bears moved to 4-0. So give me the +2.5 here. I just think the Bears have the better defense. And now we see Nick Foles. Of course, we know how good he is when it matters the most, usually in the playoffs. But I think I'll take Nick Foles that usually avoids the turnovers versus a Colts team. And, of course, Phillip Rivers that has been turnover prone the last few seasons.
All right, well, I'll go on the other end and take the Colts in this one. Yes, Phillip Rivers is not a quarterback that I love to bet on, but I do like his offensive line and his team as a whole. I think their defense is pretty good, and their skill position players. I think as a whole, this Colts team is better. It's a short number. I think this Bears team is overrated since they're 3-0. Let's go Colts for me. Moving on to the Seahawks and the Dolphins. The Seahawks favored -6.5. The total is 53. Now, this looks like a low number for the Seahawks to cover. Granted, how good they've been. They're 3-0 straight up and against the number. Craig, what do you think, or do you like a total on this one?
I like a total and a side in this one. What bothers me about the Seattle team, yes, they're undefeated, but man, their defense. Pete Carroll's known for his defense, and maybe the defense is just behind the offense, but right now they can't stop anybody on offense, and they're just outscoring people. And I think this Dolphins team, and Dolphins had the extra time. They played on Thursday night. I think you give me a home dog at almost 7 points. I think I would wait till game time hoping to get that 7, but I'm going to take the Dolphins plus the 6.5. And I also think you take the over here because I don't think the Seahawks team is going to stop anybody, and they're going to have to outscore everybody they play until they fix that secondary. So I'm going to take the over 53. My better play is going to be on the Dolphins, though.
I think I'm going the opposite way again, although I do like the over as well, but my stronger play is on the Seahawks. I think you get a pretty good number on them. A really good team led by, of course, Russell Wilson, the MVP candidate at the helm. They're 3-0 straight up and against the number. So they've also been pretty good at covering. Yeah, their pass defense is really terrible, but I think in the fourth quarter, Russell Wilson can get it done. And I'm taking the Hawks. Let's go on to the Chargers and the Bucks. The Bucks favor in this one -7. The total is 43. One of the lower totals on the board this season. Chargers 1-2, 1-1-1 against the spread. The Bucks are 2-1 straight up and against the spread. Craig, what is your play?
Well, a little shocked that this number went from 4.5 to 7, just because the Chargers, they've shown that this defense is legitimate. I mean, the Bengals have moved the ball against everybody except them. The Chiefs have moved the ball against everybody except them. And now you get, yes, Tom Brady and company look great the last 2 weeks, but Denver wasn't quite healthy, of course, and left their offenses or defense in some bad spots. I think you take the Chargers here, getting the 7. I also think the under is a pretty strong play because Tampa Bay's defense is really good too. I think this is going to be more about the defenses and way less about this Tom Brady-led offense of the Tampa Bay Bucks.
Right, I'm going with the under in this one. 43 is really low, but Chargers are going west-east, which I already don't like. You've got a rookie quarterback going against, as you mentioned, one of the better defenses in the league. Earlier in the season, I said that the Bucks' run defense was overrated. Yeah, I'd like to walk that back just a little bit because I think this defense is really good. I know everyone wants to talk about Tom Brady, but I think it's the defenses in this one, especially with the Chargers, a team that really limited the Chiefs and one of the most dynamic quarterbacks in the league in Patrick Mahomes to scoring not nearly as much as they normally do. So let's go under 43 on that one. Bills and Raiders. The Raiders are not favored. The Bills are favored, -3. The total is 52.5. This one is in Las Vegas. Craig, who do you like?
Well, early in the week, I kind of like the over as the better play here because it was 49.5. Now we've seen that jump all the way up, a full 3 points. So I'm more looking at the side in this one. I like this Raiders team at home. I thought last week was a really tough spot coming off the Monday Night Football, and then you go play a very, very good New England team that, of course, can run the ball, control the ball, and they play really good defense. Now they face a Bills team that is more about their offense. And I think the Raiders need to use their great run game, and I think they will do that to control the ball. And I think the Raiders win outright, but I'll take the 3 points. I still think the over is a pretty strong play. I just wish it was below that magic 50 point.
Oh, I know, because that's where I'm headed. I'm headed to the over. I know 52.5 is not the number that I would like, but I still think it goes over in this one because I'd like to take the Bills, but the Raiders seem to play with a little extra swag when it comes to playing at home. And so you've got this Raiders defense that allows 30 points a game. The Bills' offense averaging over 30 points per game, and their defense that's usually really, really good, actually giving up 25 points per game, and that's even playing the Jets and the Dolphins this season. So I like the over in this one. I think Josh Allen continues to get it done, and I think we see the running backs have a good day as well, considering that Raiders' run defense is particularly bad. Let's go Eagles and 49ers. The 49ers favored -7. The total is 46. Eagles 0-2-1 on the season. What a record. And 0-3 against the spread. The banged up Niners are 2-1 straight up and against the spread. So, Craig, what's the play?
Well, San Francisco, it seems like every good offensive player is out in this one. So, but yet the number opened at 3.5 and went to 7 just because Wentz and this Eagles offense has just been really bad, and all the injuries on the offensive line of this Philadelphia Eagles. But you give me enough points, and you give me somebody that's got to win in the Eagles, and Carson Wentz that just a few years ago before he had that knee injury was going to win the MVP most likely that season, and now he can't hit anybody that's open. I think he finally gets it back together here. I like this Eagles team getting 7 points. I know it's an ugly, ugly game for that Sunday night primetime spot, but give me the Eagles getting the 7 points, and I also think the under is going to be a solid play. I think this Niners team, without all those offensive weapons, have to run the ball more and play to their strength in their defense. So I like the under as well.
I definitely don't love this game in general. The NFC East for me is one of those divisions that I hate betting on because all the teams are such hot garbage, and it seems like week to week you never know what to expect from them. But I think I'd lean an under in this one just because, as you mentioned, both these teams banged up. Not sure what you're going to get out of Wentz, and their Eagles defense hasn't been, as terrible. Plus, in prime time, I think it stays under 46. That's going to do it for our NFL Rapid Fire Picks. Thanks for joining us, and good luck this weekend.